In today's Sharp Saturday video, we're going to take a look at this Condor K-Tac Kukri knife. Oh yeah, that's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me for another Sharp Saturday video where it's Saturday and we take a look at something sharp. As I said today, that something sharp is this Condor K-Tac Kukri knife. And as usual, we're here in July in Georgia, and I've got this little bracelet here on my wife gave me. This is supposed to ward off mosquitoes. I think they're having a convention on my face, so if you see a mosquito on my face, let me know, because every time I edit a video, I've got these mosquitoes up here, so please let me know so I can wipe them off. So anyway, this is the Condor K-Tac designed by Joe Flowers, and we're gonna take a closer look at this, put it through our standard scientific testing process. But first, as usual, let me get my notes. Today's words of wisdom from the Bible. This is from Proverbs 10, verse 9 in the New Living Translation. People with integrity walk safely, but those who follow crooked paths will be exposed. And also, often as usual, a big thank you to my friend John Abbott at Hog Holsters for sponsoring today's video. Hog Holsters are the most comfortable, most concealable holster I have ever used. I've been using them for well over 10 years. They're absolutely wonderful. They're 100% made in the USA, down to the very screws and the clips in Arizona at John's super secret location. Each Hog Holsters is painstakingly handcrafted to fit your specific pistol model. No one size fits all. And you can save 10% on your order over 30 bucks at Hog Holsters by using the coupon code Survival on Purpose. Hog Holsters, helping Americans wear guns. So, that being said, let's talk about this here Kukri knife now. And I'm gonna clean the grunge off my stump top here, because it's been laying dormant for way too long. Let me give you some close-ups. We'll talk about the specs of this thing, and we'll get to doing some of that knife stuff. You want to? And by the way, I don't think my little mosquito bracelet is as up to the task for these mosquitoes I have here. So, man, they're wearing me out. So anyway, I'm gonna endeavor to persevere. And this is the K-Tac Kukri knife from Condor Knives, designed by Joe Flowers. And this is a version of the knife that Alan Kay used to win the first season of Alone. Alan was a good Georgia guy, and I think that was cool. So anyway, this features a 10-inch blade, or for those of you still stuck in that old metric system, 255 millimeters. Blade thickness is 0.24 inches, or 6 millimeters. Has an overall length of 14.6 inches, or 370 millimeters, and it weighs 32.4 ounces, just at 2 pounds, or 919 grams. It is a full tang blade of 70-75 high carbon steel with a blasted satin finish, a convex grind, a micarta handle, and the sheath is a K-Tac sheath with a leather belt loop, and it goes in like so, and then snaps in there. It's got a nice snap here, and it's a dangler style sheath. You could also take this off, I guess, if you wanted to, and run it through your belt here, but mostly it's a dangler sheath because it's pretty big to be just solid on your belt. And it also has a steel butt cap, which is pretty cool for solid banging and whatever. And then has this nice flare on the handle here, 3 sleeved rivets for lanyard, whatever you want. It's got a nice big handle. You can get a grip here for chopping. Nice curved belly here. Big old thick honking blade, and it's a serious big Kukri style blade. So the MSRP on this thing is about 163 bucks. That being said, I want to try to maintain our scientific integrity here, do the standard scientific process we always do. And the first thing that we like to do is kind of use the internationally standard sharpness test to test the sharpness of the blade, the redneck sharp test. So we'll try that now. We'll try it in several different areas because it's a different blade. And let's see. Can you get the testing medium up here? All right, so we got plenty of higher there if you look at that. Anyway, so that's this part of the blade. We'll try down here. See. Okay, so this part of the blade doesn't seem to be as sharp as this part. So we'll give this thing about a C plus, maybe a B on the redneck sharp test. But to be fair, it's a convex edge, so we'll see how it does on actually other than the redneck sharp test. So next thing I want to try to do a little chopping with it, since it's a pretty good sized chopper. We'll take this, which has kind of become my big baton, and we'll see how well it chops this. I think this is oak. It's pretty stringy looking, so I'm gonna hold it here and chop it where you can see it. Oh, nice, bites in pretty good. And this is some seriously dry wood too. Let's see if I can get through it. Okay, man, like I said, this is some tough wood. So I think now would be good to do, maybe we'll try some batoning on this piece of tough wood and see if we can get down to the inside. And because it rained pretty hard here yesterday, I mean, like cows peeing on a rock hard. Let's see if we can beat this thing through. All right. Yeah, try again. That was pretty tough, but we'll try again. I'm banging it pretty hard. Okay, so one more time, just for kicks. Trying to get it where you can see it. But I'm also trying to not get up and adjust the camera too much because it's about to get dark on us here. All right. There's that. This is not the best wood for carving feathers, but we're going to give it a shot. We'll try this piece here. See if we can carve some stuff on it. Actually doing pretty decent. I'm just choking up on this part right here. There's no finger guard here, so not even a choil, but you don't want to get your hands on the blade part. Although you can see here, it's got a little bit of flat here before the really blade starts. That gives you a little more room here to really choke up on it and get maybe some more fine carving. You can also maybe do it like this. You got to do it on the blade part, though. You can't do it on the top part, Brian. Okay, so we're gonna take that, tap it up here. See if we got a different piece of wood that might be a little more carvable. Well, here's a piece of our balance orientation device. Let's see how well that works. Let me see if I can get her kind of smoothed out just a little bit. Not bad there, actually. All right, that's a skill set you got to really work on. There we go. Got to do it kind of gently. Let's see if I can get this thing carved a little better. Okay, much better now. You kind of learn to control this big old thing. Okay, so a lot better. Got some nice little curls there. Maybe you can see them better like that. Okay, now, obviously, or maybe not obviously, but if you've seen any of the videos, you know that the goal of this is to get us one of them there fires, because I think fire is a critical element of survival, and one of the most important skills you can have is the ability to between skills and tools is the ability to make fire. So along with that, there's just nothing like some fat wood. So I want to carve a little bit of fat wood here as well, just for kicks, because why not? You got some fat wood, why would you not want to carve it? Let's try not to mess up our curls here, though. All right, let's see. Get you over there. Get the curls over here. Pretty good there. So let's just see how well this thing scrapes. We'll try the back of it first. Back doesn't seem to have a very sharp spine, but seems to be scraping okay, though. Looky there. Oh, yeah, would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Okay. Oh, yeah. All right, baby. Yes, sir. There we go. Oh, smell that? Oh, man, smell. Oh, I love me some fat wood. Okay. Now. Let's the old ferrocerium rod, and I am today using the Fatwood Fire Steel's ferrocerium rod, which comes with a piece of fat wood, so you don't have to mess up your pretty handle, but it's a fat wood handle. You always got a fire starter with you, always got ferrocerium rod, and has a really nice striker that comes with it too. But we're going to try to use the knife because I just like doing that, just to check it out to see if it works. So let's see what we got here. Look at there. Holy moly. All right. Now, just for testing purposes, that's pretty good, but I think we could safely say that would be the, you could get a sustainable fire out of that. So, alrighty, so what else do you think we should do? Let me think about that.
Chuck Norris once won an arm wrestling tournament with both arms tied behind his back.
Okie dokie. Well, that's some of the basic testing, but as you know, here at Survival on Purpose, we're all about the science. To that end, we maintain a state-of-the-art, cutting-edge testing facility here at our worldwide headquarters. One of the tests I like to do on all fixed blades is to test the aerodynamic balance using the balance, orientation, and rotation device, which, as you can see, maybe has some hitchhikers on it because it has lain dormant for far too long. So we're going to put this one through that test, and it's got this big honking end on it, which usually gives me trouble sometimes. Kind of an odd shape, so we'll see how it goes. And it is, after all, 2 pounds of steel. And as always, proper scientific methodology is critical. Whoop, 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 whoop. Well, you can see where that one hit. So let's try again. Okay, just had to adjust the calibration. And I'm holding my finger because I had a boo-boo, got a little blood going on here. Let's try again. Oh. Well, it's kind of shaped like a boomerang. Whoop, 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 whoop. Once more. Whoop, 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 whoop. Forgot the boomerang effect. Okay. We're gonna not take any more chances. Alrighty, well, first of all, I'd like to point out that is almost dead center, and it is, it's in there about, I don't know, about that far. Wow. So, you know I like it, right? I don't even have to tell you that. You can tell by the fun I'm having here. This is the Condor K-Tac Kukri, again, designed by Joe Flowers, and it's kind of a It's very similar to the knife that Alan Kay used when he won the first season of the Alone TV show I think he was in Vancouver. Alan's from Georgia. I've had the pleasure to meet him a couple of times. He's a very interesting guy. Did just really well in all the testing. Again, this little part right here is not quite as sharp as this part up here, but that's okay. It chopped great. It batoned great. It's a big old honking knife. Surprisingly, I didn't think it would. It struck a ferro rod and scraped really good. It carved pretty well once you get kind of used to the balance of it. And as you saw, once it's calibrated properly, it is extremely well balanced. So that's it. If you're looking for a big old honking Kukri style knife that will take a licking and keep on ticking, as you see this one did, the Condor K-Tac Kukri might not be a bad choice. I got to give a big thank you, by the way, to Condor, if I didn't say this before, for sending me this so I could show it to you. It came all the way from El Salvador here, so we can do a test of it for you. So I hope this video has been helpful and somewhat informative, maybe even a little bit entertaining. I really, really, really appreciate you watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.